Hello, and welcome back to Quantitative Reasoning Online. Today we'll be starting lessons, learning plan 7. We're going to start lesson 17. 17A is intentionally not being done, so it's not a oversight. For lesson 17B, though, there is a call out in the tutorial. Hey, go to this website and look it up. When you go to the website, you get hey, I'm not there. It's been moved. It's been changed. So I did some searching for you, and I found the link that'll get you there is this guy. So you do a copy, and paste and go, and boom, there you are. Or I also just made a copy of it here. So when you say look at the male female 2014 census data, this is what they're talking about. So you can either use this guy, go to it so you can look at it real time, or you can look at this guy only. Either way, we're going to be doing the 17B preview assignment. Familiar? And here it is. Hey, no questions. Okay. Sorry, we're not getting off easy by doing that. So with no further ado, let's do the 17B, the right approach to data. Notice the word, it's not right as in correct, but right as in get out pen and paper and start being creative in your whatever. So let's go here. So, did I get rid of that? I still got it. Good. So here we have our identify trends from data and communicate those trends in paragraphs using quantitative information. That means numbers. Write a paragraph carefully with attention to spelling, structure, and grammar, and appropriate quantitative conclusions. And apply a grading rubric to assess your own work. So this is going to be a do on your own. So in this class, you analyze some data, draw some conclusions, and write about your analysis. That would be, again, the workbook. Being able to write about data is a good tool to add to the list of resources that you are developing in this class. Tutorial for preview lesson 17, part B, the right approach to data begins here. You already know how to construct graphs, review studies, do calculations, and make estimates. The next step is to practice communicating this information through writing or through speaking. This skill will help you to use quantitative information to make arguments and to be a critical thinker when others use quantitative information to make arguments. Quantitative is numbers. This preview assignment will guide you through some steps to develop a written analysis of a graph. In the next class, you will have more opportunities to practice the skill and get some feedback. Not sure about feedback. So again, it said to use this guy. If you were to try to use it, you get, there you go. Sorry, not there anymore. Hate when that happens. So I did some search. Basically, I just searched U.S. Census Population Pyramid Graph 2014, and it got me to where we want to be. For select report, so we're looking for this guy. Dang, nav, I keep doing that. So here is our graph. It's pretty good. Okay. It says review the graph carefully. Be sure you understand the information being communicated. Click the tab to view each question. Record your answers in your notebook. Alright, so let's see what we have here. We have a kind of like a side-by-side stem plot here in some respect, where we have males. Basically, male data, and female data. And these are basically population in million. So it looks like we took a snapshot of the census of 2014, population 2014, and broke them down into age groups. So let's see, from 0 to 4, it appears to be, no, 10 to 11. I don't care for this guy. So I'm going to get rid of this guy. And let's go to this guy. It'll work easier. So here we have 10 to 11 million males, 0 to 4. And here we have about maybe 9.5 million. And of course, as years go on, kind of shows a birth rate. So this year's, so 2014, 0 to 4 is 10 to 11, 9 to 5. Providing we have no deaths, no one dies, and of course, don't have immigration, stuff like that. In 5 years, in 2019, all of these guys would move up to there. Like I said, it's a snapshot of today, of this year. So we must have had higher birth rates or a lot of immigration occurring. But look, as age goes up, okay, we have an increase of male, dip, increase, and then of course the die-off. Increase, a dip, an increase, and a die-off. And it looks like up to about age this region, we pretty much stay pretty much even between men and women, about 50-50. Then as we get older, okay, here we have probably about 9, almost 10. Like up here, we're down to 2.5, about 3. Ooh, big disparity here, and here, and here. So it looks like it's showing that women have a longer lifespan. More women live longer than men do. So of these who were born in 2014, this group, one would expect come about 100 years from now, more of the women to be around still. All right, what we got here? Oh, let's look at questions. Part A. What does a bottom blue bar represent? Be thorough and specific using complete sentences. Okay. Bottom blue bar. Okay. That would represent bottom blue bar represents the male population of 2014 between the ages of 0 and 4 years. The bottom blue represents the number male population 10 to 11 million of 2014 between the ages of 0 and 4 years. It's complete, gets all the information in. What do they say? On the blue bars can indicate the male population in each age group in the United States in 2014. The bottom blue, yeah, it just says bottom blue bar. The bottom blue bar indicates that there were between 10 and 11 million boys between the ages of 0 and 4 in the U.S. that year. And what did I write? Bottom blue bar represents number of male population. 10 11 millions of 2014 between the ages of 0 and 4. And that may not be the best paragraph structure, sentence structure, but it's got all the information. So part B, here's what you do. What patterns do you see in the graph? Write 2 general observations about the graphs in terms of patterns that you see. Interesting. All right. So let's see. What do we know? What we looked at earlier. One observation. Pretty much even population. Looks like it'd be about a 50-50 split overall. But do note that once you get past about 60 or 50, mid-50s, it starts going more heavily female in population. Third observation is the trend for both is about the same. Now, as you get older, it goes up, and then decreases as the age gets older. So figure that out in words. Write 2 quantitative statements about the female and males using the data shown in the graphs. Find something interesting in the graphic and write about it using numbers. 2 quantitative, so 2 sets of numbers. 2 numbers. Well, like I said, it appears to be about 50-50 population split for the most part. In the upper years, it gets more heavily female. Or I lose something here. All right, more heavily female in later years. Well, in older years. What else can I say quantitatively? Age-wise, up to about age 60. Each age group is roughly 10 to 11 million. Of females and males. So it's roughly 10 to 11. So how many great how many age groups are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 times 20 is, so about 220 million of the population, about 220 million of the population is 55 and under. Missed one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. 240 million is 60 or under. And it means about 100 or so million is older than 60. So I'll look at stuff like that. Make comparison that helps you understand the information in the graph. Write down your comparisons. Sounds like I feel like I'm repeating myself now. Comparisons. How many comparisons? Make comparisons that helps you understand. Comparison is one comparison. Hope you see it is. If you look at the graphs, one comparison is the graph looks pretty symmetrical. We're not seeing an exorbitant amount of female or exorbitant amount of males in the population. The reason I'm noting that is, look at China's. See if China has something. If we have U.S. Census in the database has something with China, and for the longest time, China had a one-child policy, and of course, preferred child would have been a boy. So they were doing a lot of sex selecting during pregnancy or infanticide if they got a female. So I really would be interested to see if there is over the 20 or so years that they had that policy, there would be a big dip between when they began it and when they ended the policy. It'd be interesting to see if that exists. I suspect it would look something like that. Which also means, since it's kind of like a one-for-one boy-girl here in this one, for every boy and for every girl, every man and woman, there should be someone out there to match up with. Okay, I'm rambling now. Review the information on parts A through D and write one descriptive statement about the graph. Think about statements as a topic. Okay, what just happened? Timed out, had to go back in. From A to D and write one descriptive statement about the graph. Think about the statement as a topic sentence for the paragraph you will write. That's up to you. You have to go back and think about what you did, what you chose to do for A, B, C, and D, and come up with a topic statement. And part F, using your main statement. Part E, write a paragraph that analyzes the data presented in the graph. Be sure to include an introductory statement or paragraph and including statement or paragraph. Okay, that's for you. On what you just wrote, going to review this rubric. And grade yourself on it. This is a self-grading. It's for your own personal self. maybe in the future this may be worth it. Maybe do this as a future discussion board. I don't know yet. But I'm not going to, again, being online, I'm not going to be able to do too much with this. But if you were to grade yourself, this is a pretty good one basically on your mathematical competence and communications, reasoning and problem solving, organizing style, and how you present in spelling and grammar. Something I suffer with. Okay. Let's see, self-evaluation. How confident are you that you can identify trends from data and communicate these trends in a paragraph? Somewhat confident. That I can write a paragraph carefully with attention to spelling, structure, and grammar. Thank goodness for spell check. How confident are you can apply a grading rubric? Actually, I'm pretty good at that one. So that's me. Do yourself. And that's what we did. And that is the approach for the interactive tutorial for right approach to data. No questions. Do use this graph, which is located somewhere. Here we go. Located right here. Already out for you, or if you want your own, copy. And do a paste and go, and boom, it'll take you right to it. And of course, this one has a little more. So 10.1, 9.7, 10.0, 10-ish, 10 and a half, a little more than 10, a little more than 10. Up here we have 1.4 million, almost twice, 2.3, 10.4, 11.4, close enough, 0.4. So like I said, up to about 60. It's pretty much evenly split. And it starts getting a little one-sided or more one-sided above 60. Lots of reasons for that. Lots of reasons for that. So, like I said, even though I got this one does give a little more interactiveness. You click on what happens. Nothing. Alright. So, preview assignment, tutorial, and why don't you go and now work with Stephanie and do her workbook, upload it, then do practice assignment. And I'll see you for lesson 17C.